All right, an utter and complete rout, and a true embarrassment by the LA Dodgers. Who would have ever thought you'd see that in a Padres-Dodgers series? Not only the Dodgers punting on the game, Jim, but really disrespecting the game, in my opinion, the way the Dodgers treated this tonight, allowing Matt Sauer to completely wear it and then go into a position playing the sixth inning. There's kind of like a creed. Game's been played for 150 years. You just don't do that. And people are paying good money to be there. So I saw it as basically disrespecting the game. And we'll see what happens in game three. We'll see if that was a smart move or not by LA competitively. But make your way in. John and Jim with you here on the wrap-up show. We will be with you for the next hour. Padres just embarrassed the Dodgers in all facets tonight behind Dylan Cease, who needed it and got it, and they win 11-1. So subscribe, smash the like button, follow us on X, at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Thank you for the super chats. We appreciate your support of this channel. If you are here live or on replay, thank you for the super chats and the super thanks. If you want to see your comment on screen, click the $ below the chat box. If you want to control the direction of the conversation, click that $ below the chat box. We had a couple of members last night. If you want to become a member, click the join button down below. You'll get custom emojis and badges. But offensively, it came together. Dylan Cease, that was the key, obviously, the way Cease pitched here tonight. And the Padres just rout, embarrass, destroy the Dodgers, and now position themselves to potentially win this series if they can win on Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah, we'll get to Dave Roberts being a clown tonight here coming up in a bit. But you're right. The story from the Padres end is not that they scored 11 runs. It's that Dylan Cease went 7 shutout tonight. Yeah. He was fantastic. Still too many walks for my liking. Yeah. 5 walks in 7 innings, 11 strikeouts. That's a crazy ratio to have in an outing. And allowing no runs, by the way. But the thing that we talked about all day today on John and Jim, hey, Cease, you have to pitch into the 7th. Like, you have to get into the 7th. I'm not asking you to go 7 scoreless or 6 scoreless, but you have to go into the 7th inning tonight because your bullpen is wearing it right now. And I mean, lo and behold, 7 shutout, 11 strikeouts. I mean, they had to use nobody from their bullpen. And David Morgan's not even close to a high leverage guy, so it doesn't matter there. But he gave them exactly what they needed tonight. I mean, 11 runs is great. We'll talk about Martin Maldonado hitting the home run and all that stuff, right? Bogey going 3 for 5 and whatnot. But I mean, the story of the night from the Padres perspective is 100% Dylan Cease throwing his first scoreless outing of the season.
Yeah, especially with like Pivetta yesterday going just 4 with all the games, 26 games in 27 days, King down, Darvish down. Like, you just need it. Randy Vasquez tomorrow, which obviously won't be easy for the Padres to secure a win. And this was the game you just had to win. We said that all day as well. You can't lose with your stopper on the mound in a bullpen game for the Dodgers where they're using a AAA pitcher for 111 pitches. Or whatever it was. I mean, you just had to win this game, and they did. I mean, it was convincing. It was impressive from a Padre perspective. I really can't take a lot away from some of the offense, truthfully, and not to be honestly, not to like be mean about it, but like even Xander, 3 hits, but one of them off Kike Hernandez, and the game was already decided. Like, I just need to see more of it. Manny's Manny. Manny's absolutely terrific right now. It was good for Luis Arraez. You need Manny. You need Arraez. You need Tatis. The Xander thing is a whole nother conversation, but offensively it was impressive. I don't know what I take away from it on offense. I'm way more impressed with Dylan Cease because of the lineup that he was facing. I mean, I guess the Dodgers went into this game just saying we're not going to win it. Maybe if they scored 10 or 15 runs or something like that, they would have a chance. But yeah, the story tonight is Dylan Cease. The story tonight is the Padres rebounding in a game they kind of had to get. I know it's June 10th, but how can you lose this game? Now that we've seen this play out, you could never lose this game. So this is the first win for Dylan Cease, Jim, since April 2nd.
Wow.
So that's been forever. So hopefully he builds off it too. It's not just the win. It's what does it mean for Dylan Cease moving forward? They're going to need him to be really good from now, not just through the season, but certainly until the All-Star break because of the pitching injuries that the Padres are dealing with.
And hopefully this starts a stretch of, 4 or 5 in a row where he just looks really good. Like up until the All-Star break, that would be greatly appreciated from everybody in the organization and every Padres fan, because we kind of called him out today. Like, dude needs to step up.
Yeah,
he's had an awful year so far for his standards. He's got to step up, and he stepped up tonight in a huge way. So yeah, I think that seeing that tonight from Dylan Cease was the biggest thing to take away from tonight, and hopefully this carries him into a stretch of starts where he looks more like this Dylan Cease than the Dylan Cease that we saw majority of his 13 starts, before this one tonight.
It's definitely encouraging. I think it should be encouraging. If you're a Padres fan, I think there's a lot to hopefully take away from this from a Dylan Cease perspective. He did speak with Don and Mud after those 7 innings, and hopefully there's a lot to take away from this. Moving forward, he'll pitch at Dodger Stadium, by the way. That lines up that he'll pitch at Dodger Stadium next week. Luke, thank you for the first super of the night. Guys, if you are here, over 300 of you are here right now live, many more on replay. Please subscribe. We have year-round content for you. We're on our way to 8,600 subscribers. The Padres rout the Dodgers. We need 500 likes on this video. And hopefully we get to 8,600 subscribers tonight. I think we had 30 or 40 subscribers last night on the channel. Let's get 30 or 40 more. And thank you for the super chats, like the first of the night from Luke. Just click the $ below the chat box. We can get to this if you want. Matt Sawyer throws over 100 pitches here tonight in relief. I mean, a true wear-it, like something that is so rarely seen in the major leagues. Maybe you see it a little bit in college baseball, but a true wear-it. You look at this box score, it's almost comical what they asked him to do here today. He threw over 100 pitches, 111 pitches, actually 69 strikes, 4 2/3 innings in relief, 13 hits, 9 runs, all earned, 3 walks, 6 Ks. I mean, I've seen a lot over the years, but that to me was almost a 1 of 1 what the Dodgers did with Matt Sawyer here today. We can't hear you. You're muted.
Sorry. I would have loved to know what their plan was pregame for if this was a close game.
I think it was punt on the game, honestly.
Oh, I do too. But it could have been a close game, right? I mean, they could have had. Dylan Cease could have got rocked. It's not like the Dodgers sat Ohtani, Freeman, Betts. Like they played their regulars.
Yep.
Like I would have loved to know what their plan was that they talked about if they had a lead in this game late and it was a close game, because apparently they didn't have anybody available tonight, that they have to go in the 6th inning to Kike Hernandez. I've put it out there multiple times and we've said it, like it's such an embarrassing night for Dave Roberts, in my opinion. Not that he has to pitch Kike Hernandez in that game. It's the fact that he takes some random kid that just got recalled today. He's never pitched more than 82 pitches in a game, and he makes him go out there and his arm's going to blow up soon. I mean, that I 100% agree with Luke, dude. If I'm this Matt Sawyer kid, or Sawyer, or however you say his last name,
Sawyer,
I'm like, Dave, bro, what the fuck, man? Like, I want to have a career, and maybe he'll be fine. I don't know, but that was just, I think, malpractice, letting him just throw as many pitches as he did tonight, when he's never thrown. If he's cruising, okay, you ride with it. We saw Stephen Kolek earlier this year pitch a shutout in Colorado, but he pitched over 100 pitches, the most ever in his career, but he was throwing a shutout. Like, there's a difference between throwing a shutout
and allowing 9 runs.
Fucking rocks, dude.
I mean, he's a former 2nd-round pick, by the way. He's not old. He's a former 2nd-round pick, 54th overall. He threw 111 pitches. Will obviously be optioned. He was, like you said, recalled to be optioned. This was the plan, to wear him into the ground tonight, whether it worked or didn't. I mean, like you said, they don't go into the game saying we're going to lose, because maybe Sauer was more effective and they find a way to win.
Yeah,
or maybe their offense is their offense.
Right. They
find a way to win. They wouldn't have, obviously, strategically. It's not like if they had a 3-2 lead, they're going to Kike Hernandez at any point in this game. But it felt like their intention was pretty clear. Like, hey, if we hang around, there's one plan. If we don't, we'll live to see another day and try to. That's the amazing thing here. They could win this series getting outscored by 9 or 10 runs in the series. They win by 1 yesterday. They get smoked tonight. They could win tomorrow 3-2. And it's, as much as we talk about this, and I think it's a disservice to the sport, truthfully, that's been played for 150 years, but they might get the last laugh. I mean, they win tomorrow 3-2. They took 2 out of 3. And who cares from their perspective about game 2?
And by the way, I don't want to see, and I'm already seeing it in the chart, I don't want to see from any of you Dodger loser fans out there say, well, you know what? They weren't even trying. No. They put out the regulars lineup. All right. They had everybody out there. Okay. So don't give me that bullshit excuse like, oh, you know what? They weren't even trying. No. Shut the fuck
No,
up.
once it
They
was
were trying.
they
All right.
punted, which to me, once they punted, honestly, that's like it's almost more embarrassing to punt. Like you just you got to be careful the way in which you punt. If you put a position player on the mound in the eighth on the road, down 12-0, I get it. It's the eighth inning on the road. That's kind of like a gentleman's agreement. Putting a position player on the mound in the sixth inning is a step too far, in my opinion. You should never do that. I mean, there's got to be a ridiculous circumstance, and plus, throwing that dude in relief 111 pitches is nonsensical. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's fully Roberts. I don't know if it was the organizational plan coming in. I'm sure they talked about it heading into this game. I don't know whose idea it was. It was a bad idea. It's a bad look. Sure, can they get away with it? Of course. I mean, they're not going to care 2 days from now, nor will I or you. But
No.
I see it as a very bad look, and I see it something as that
Sixth inning, dude.
it's just bad karma. I just thought it was bad karma the way they treated this game once they went down. Almost like sore losers. Like, you know what, we're losing, so we're going to really show to you how bad we can lose this game. Screw you, we're taking our ball and going home. That's what it looked like to me.
Like you got in the seventh inning, I think it was the seventh inning. Manny Machado's up there against Kike Hernandez. His batting gloves are on. None of them are even like, like he's just Velcroed. Like he's literally just like doing like, dude, if I paid, by the way, tickets are at a premium right now, by the way.
I mean, we saw it last night on SeatGeek. It was a couple $100 to sit downstairs today.
Now, if you're a Padres fan, again, great, awesome night. Probably not going to complain too much because nothing went wrong. Everything went right for you. But like, man, sixth inning, dude, that's embarrassing.
It's a complete embarrassment.
And also, like, if you're the Dodgers, I know that they're going to be in it just because they have the talent in the lineup. But man, if I was doing a Dodger post-game show, I'd be like, we spent all this money in the offseason to have Kike Hernandez be pitching in the sixth inning of a game, not once this year, but twice this year in a game. Like, dude, I know you got a bunch of injuries, but that in itself is embarrassing to have a position player pitch multiple times in a season for you when your payroll is like $700 billion.
And I know how it's being positioned on like a Dodgers channel, which is this doesn't matter. It's June. Right. All that matters is getting Ohtani on the mound in August and getting Blake Snell back and getting, basically getting healthier and positioning our team to make a run again in October. I mean, that's how it's being treated. Whether that's going to be accurate or not will play out. But again, I mean, I think everyone here, whether you're here as a Padre fan or a Dodger fan, you can admit that this is abnormal. The way the Dodgers played this game here tonight, you may disagree with our takes on it, but don't tell me you see this every day. I mean, this is completely abnormal the way the Dodgers treated this game here tonight, and we'll see if it comes back to cost them in the moving forward or not.
Dave Roberts said this about using a position player in the sixth inning. Very awkward, very awkward. It doesn't feel good. Said Michael Kopech was available, but he wasn't going to use him down 6 at that point in the game.
It was 9. It was 9-0 when Hernandez came on.
No, I thought it was 7-0.
Oh, maybe he allowed. Maybe the inning ended. It was 9.
Or was it 6 or 7?
It was the 6th inning. Maybe was it 7-0 at the time? You can't bring a position player on unless you're trailing by at least 8 runs. I thought.
I know Sauer gave up
a position player on.
Sauer gave up 9. Let me see here. I feel like it was like 7 or hold on.
I thought it was 9.
All right, let me check here.
Bogart singles 9-0. Who did he single off?
It was off of Kike. No, it wasn't. It was off of. You're right. I think it was.
Yeah, it was 9-0.
Okay, it was 9.
I'm pretty sure you can't go to a position player unless you're trying by. I forget if it's 8 or if it's 9, but you can't just go to a position player just to go to a position player.
Yeah, it was 9. You're right.
All right, let's get to some of these super chats. Rocket, appreciate you, man. Guys, if you're here, subscribe, and if you're here, thank you for the supers. Click the $ below the chat box. All Padres tonight. We'll see if they can win the series or not, though, and get that last laugh. Rocket saying, even if his bat isn't back, Fernando was zooming. When this game was actually competitive for a moment, Xander did score from first on a double down the right field line that was impressive. I give Tim Leeper credit for waving him. Again, Toddy just showing off his speed. Kind of a bang-bang play, but that's what Tatis does really well. That's a tool that has not let him down, thankfully. here in 2025. So, yeah, I mean, again, Tatis has shown signs of life in this series. There's no question about it. Yesterday, he reached base safely 3 times. Today, he walked and had that hit, scored 2 runs. So I think it's overall encouraging. We want more. I want power. I want home runs, but you can't have it all in one day. And I'll take what I saw from Toddy last night and what we've seen today.
He's fine, right?
In what regard? You're saying in general or because of going first to home there?
Like in a 11-0 game, you just pull all regulars, like it's all good.
100%. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, he's 100% fine because he was pulled. I'm pulling regulars too.
I just wanted to make sure, like, you're good, right? It's all. I'm just asking. Yeah,
I think so. I hope so. But with the Padres and with Toddy, it's a good point. It's a good point.
He did get up slowly after that run.
He did.
Scored. So you're like,
he was
like,
booking,
shit, dude. Oh yeah,
booking.
Yeah, he was.
And you're right. I mean, it's always something to consider with Toddy. It's a good point. Andrew, appreciate you, man. He says, where are my Dodger trolls at? Like cockroaches, they hide in the light, come out only when there's scraps. Team and fans are a joke and embarrassment. Well, again, I'm not going to go that far. I'm not going to make the general, 30,000-foot view. I mean, they're coming off a World Series and they're likely favored to win another, even with these injuries. I just thought tonight was an embarrassment. And I get the vitriol and the back and forth completely fair to I get it. The fan bases don't like each other. They shouldn't. It is a true rivalry right now. But I'm not going to go and say the whole thing is an embarrassment. Tonight, to me, was an embarrassment. I'm not going to go much further than that here tonight. But tonight, I'm willing to say that was embarrassing.
Right. Yeah. No, tonight was embarrassing in our opinion. Not there to embarrassing. And look, I say this like, each fan base in every sport has just some really stupid fans. Sorry, some Padres fans are really stupid. That's just how it is.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
But as much as we've seen and interacted with Dodger fans, like I'm hard pressed to say that there's no other fan base that has the most idiotic loser trolls out there than Dodger fans. I mean, there's a good amount of just illiterate loser Dodger fans out there that love to troll and just invade our chat and invade social media accounts. I'm hard pressed to find a fan base with more than the Dodgers. To be honest with you, like they have a lot. Yeah, not all of them. Not all of them. There are. I will not put every Dodger fan in that category, but there's a good amount.
Not going to fight you on it. Padres Payne, thank you, man, for the super chat. It's his second time this season scoring 7+ runs in back-to-back games. First in Colorado. Hopefully a good sign for the offense. Win the series tomorrow. I mean, I credit the Padres. I also look at the Dodgers pitching, obviously, calamities. And this is a perfect storm for San Diego, maybe to get this offense going. We're finally talking about guys like Arise, Machado, Merrill all hitting at the same time, or Tatis and Arise and Machado, right? Like, we haven't said that a lot. 3 hits from Bogarts, 3 hits from Arise, 3 hits from Machado. We haven't said that combination a lot. Machado's been unbelievable, a complete constant in this lineup all year long. It's the pieces around him that need to stabilize. And maybe we're seeing a little bit of that. Hopefully it continues in Arizona. Hopefully it continues at Dodger Stadium. But there's no question that this is encouraging. I mean, this team scuffled for weeks. It couldn't score 2 runs in a game. And now they've made it look easy on offense the last 2 days. And let's just hope that continues for at least a period of time.
Though the one thing that's a huge positive from the last 2 nights is this offense has shown up. Now, the Dodgers pitching sucks right now. But it's sometimes we've seen the Padres go up against pitching staffs that are awful and have a really tough time scoring runs. So the last 2 nights, putting up 7 runs last night and 11 runs tonight against a position player and a AAA pitcher. We have seen times where the Padres go face teams with awful pitching and they can't do shit.
Yeah, it's true.
The last 2 nights, I think, are very encouraging because it's not just like 1 or 2 guys that are just, going off. I mean, it's a full lineup that's moving the line, doing the right things. I mean, last night was tough just because, how bad they were with runners in scoring position, but still putting up 7 runs in a game. You got to win most of those games. You put up 7 runs.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah, I think the last 2 nights offensively, it's encouraging, especially after the last couple of weeks. And by the way, something we haven't mentioned, tonight's the first night the Padres won a game by more than a couple runs since the 21-0 game. And this was a complete laugher. So finally, what we've been asking for the last week plus, finally, Padres have an absolute laugher of a game. And I'm glad it's against the Dodgers.
Oh, 100%. 100%. No, I agree. They needed a night like this where they didn't use their bullpen. They've got that off day Thursday. It worked out perfectly. From a Padres perspective, everything was perfect by and large here tonight. Enzo, thank you for the super chat. It says the hit and run finally worked with Arise and Tatis. They can hit and run the hell out of opponents. I mean, Mike Schultz like a hit and run guru. I love the way they put runners in motion and open up holes, right, and hit through the vacant hole on either the first or third base side. And they have enough speed with this lineup that they should be able to create some situations. They should be aggressive. Guys like Jackson Merrill and Fernando Tatis Jr. There's enough speed here. Tyler Wade, who's now like playing every single day. There's enough speed here to be a pest, so to speak, on the bases. And again, they had 16 hits and 11 runs. They need to do anything. They need to steal. They need to hit and run. They need to do anything. They had enough, in the first 3 innings to win this game. But I think they're good in hit and run situations. I think they're good with, bunt situations. Look like a Tyler Wade. I mean, that's where Mike Schultz actually probably one of the better managers in the sport, truthfully.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think Tatis, one of his biggest weapons is his speed. And speed doesn't disappear like a bat can. So his speed and his defense, he can change games with those two things, and those will never go in slumps.
Yeah.
Right. Most defensively, you can have some bad nights, but overall, speed and defense, if you're not hitting, you can affect the game that way. And tonight, his first to home, was as vintage.
What was he clocked at?
I don't know, man, but he was running. He was on one, dude.
It felt like it was like world-class speed. I don't know if it was or not.
And great send by Tim Leeper too, by the way.
Oh yeah, great send. Ever so often, thank you for the super. He says Dodger fans literally drove to San Diego, spent a shit ton of money at Petco just to see their starters get pulled in the 6th inning. I'd be pissed. I mean, over 162, there'll be games where you lose by 10 runs. It's the way in which they lost this game. It's the manner in which they treated the game that I thought was disrespectful, truthfully. Again, teams will lose by 10. Padres have lost a game by 10. It's just the manner in which the Dodgers went about this game that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, truthfully. I don't know if it rubbed Dodger fans the wrong way or not. They're going to pretend like this is no big deal. This was an exhibition game. This was Savannah Bananas versus, the party animals tonight is how they'll treat this, even though it counts. All these games count. And guess what? LA, San Diego, San Francisco are tied in the loss column. All 3 of those teams have 28 losses. We're approaching the midway mark of the season. We're about 12 games away, maybe more than that, 14, 15 games away from the halfway point. So, we're in the thick of the season, and we got 3 teams with 28 losses in the NL West, and this one counts like tomorrow counts, and they're all going to count moving forward.
You see the Giants tonight, what they did?
Yeah, they came back on the Rockies in the 9th, and that's the Rock. You got to. If you're in this division, you better beat the Rockies. If you want to compete in this division, you better clean up against Colorado, because if you don't, somebody else is going to.
And they lost Matt Chapman for who knows how long, which could be a problem. So it's like
veteran leader.
Yeah, he's one of their best players. But this division is turning out to be, and don't count the Diamondbacks. I know they've had a bunch of injuries, especially Corbin Burns recently getting Tommy John, but don't count out the Diamondbacks. Their offense is still elite.
It's a good point. Yeah, it's a good point. I want to get back to the chat in a moment. I do want to remind our viewers about our title sponsor. We'll get back to all the super chats. If you're here, 520 of you are here right now live. Many more will be here on replay. Thank you for the super chats. If you're here live, thank you for the super thanks if you're here on replay. We'll get to all of your comments. Just click that $sign below the chat box. Make sure to subscribe. Year-round content for you in season and out of season. Our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz, we've been texting with tonight. He's been with us since day one of the wrap-up show. If you've got an insurance need, let Mark hook you up. If you're in Southern California, he does auto, he does home, he does renters, he does life. I've got earthquake, homeowners, and life insurance through Mark. You can as well. Whatever you need, he's going to be there for you. Trust me. I've worked with Mark for 4 years. I had to file a claim a couple of years ago. He took care of everything, saved us time, saved us money. If you ever need him, wherever he is, he's going to take care of you. So click the link in the description down below, get a free quote online. There's his website. Call him. I'll talk to you about the Padres, and he will save you money on your insurance. If you support this channel, please support our title sponsor. He's been with us since day one, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance.
All his information is on that ticker below, mnimitz@farmersagent.com. When you reach out to Mark, let him know that John and Jim from the Wrap-Up Show sent you.
So, all right, let's get back to this. Again, thank you guys for the supers. Thanks for hanging out. Padres over the Dodgers. We'll see if they can win this series on Wednesday afternoon at Petco. Good point here from Ishmael. Thank you, Ishmael, for the supers. The top of the third inning, a scoreless game when the Dodgers loaded the bases on free passes, and Cease got out of that spot. A turning point within the game. Obviously, we didn't know at the time the Padres would score 11 runs and the game would turn out that way. Shoot, LA's maybe a hit away from a 3 or 4 run lead in that spot. So, yeah, that was kind of an early good omen for Dylan Cease and the Padres that he got out of that tough spot in the third inning. And then the bats responded. Remember how they scored in the third? 2 outs, nobody on. Walk to Tatis, then hit. 1-0, 2-0, 3-0.
Yeah, that was a moment in the game where you're like, okay, are you just going to completely give this thing away right now? Because you were pitching great, and then you walk the bases loaded, and you're like, bro, what are you doing? But he gets out of it, and, that's just kind of where Cease is at this year. Is he, even though tonight was a great outing, it still wasn't vintage Cease for the entirety of the game because he had 5 walks. I mean, like 5 walks, 3 hits, 7 innings, and you allowed no runs. Like, that's kind of crazy.
It is. Yeah, it is. I mean, you 3 walks in an inning, you're asking for trouble.
Yeah, when you walk the bases loaded, it's a problem.
Yeah.
So, like, he's not fully there yet, but tonight was such a, massive step in the right direction, I feel like.
Yeah, completely. Now, can he do it at Dodger Stadium, a week from now? That'll be a big test as well.
Exactly.
But hopefully. Andrew, appreciate you, man. He says, should have plunked Kike when he hit after taking the mound. No. Again, you don't need to be like poking bears June 10th, is what I would say. Like, just go about your business, handle it, and see if you can do it again tomorrow. They played the Dodgers well last year. I know in October it didn't work out. They played them well by and large. They won the season series. They played a 5-game series against LA in the postseason. My point is they don't need the antics. They don't need the extracurriculars. They can just hang. It doesn't mean they're better than them, but they can certainly hang. Who was on with us this week that's like, it doesn't appear as if they're intimidated by LA over the last 4 or 5 years if you've been watching. It was Fabian Ardaya, who covers the Dodgers. He's like, watch these games. The Padres are no longer intimidated. It doesn't mean they're better, but they're no longer intimidated by the Dodgers. And I have felt that way in watching these 2 teams play over the last couple of years.
Oh, I feel that way too. The disparity level is not like it used to be, where it was crazy. Dodgers up here and the Padres are like way down here. I mean, yes, the Dodgers are still the upper, superior team, and they're the World Series champions, and they're defending World Series champions and whatnot. But and they've proven it. Padres haven't proven it yet.
It's true.
But the talent gap is closer than it has ever been.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree with that. Padres burner, appreciate you, man. He says, dogs looked like they were having fun again. You can tell they just want it in these series. I mean, you wish you wanted all 162. You're not always out for every Marlins game. It's just life. I mean, they're human beings, right? I mean, you have good days, you have bad days. When you're facing the LA Dodgers at Petco Park in front of that type of atmosphere and with all the storylines over the last 5 years, of course you're up for it. So, yeah, I would have expected them to be up for these 2 games, and they have been. They've gotten one of them. We'll see if they can make it 2 out of 3. But yeah, I mean, they're clearly motivated, as you'd hope they'd be, and that they have been, obviously, Jim, over the last 2 days.
It's a great sign. It's a great thing to watch that, the Dodgers coming to town has definitely got everybody to lock in offensively. And it's shown some really good at bats tonight. And putting a 7 spot on the board yesterday. It's maybe what they needed to get this offense jump started again, while the pitching staff has been carrying them for the last couple of weeks here.
It was interesting. Rocket, thank you for the super. He's talking about Campbell.
Oh my gosh.
But what's interesting is what Schultz said pregame, which Schultz was like, yeah, he's not going to play. I mean, he said it in as many words. He's like, yeah, there's no real role for him. And then they get him in against freaking Kike Hernandez. He grounds out. And he's still looking for his first hit in the major leagues of 2025. He's not going to, I said today, I'll guarantee it. I'll double down on it. He'll be dealt at the trade deadline. I know he will. He'll be some move that he's included in. He needs a fresh start. He'll be in AAA likely at the time, would be my guess, but it hasn't worked here. It's not going to work here. There's no role for him. It is what it is.
Yeah, he should be dealt. There's no point in having him on this team. Like, there's just no point. Just give him a new opportunity, and just be done with it. Like, he doesn't have a role. He's not getting at bats. I mean, if I'm camping tonight and I'm like, you're not getting, the only bat I'm getting is against a position player. Like, what? Like, just trade me, release me. Do you have something? Get me out of here so I can go somewhere where I can start over again, because I feel like there's a team out there, regardless of, like, someone's going to need a catcher. And I have proven I can catch in the big leagues. He caught a lot of games last year. He caught Dylan Cease's no-hitter, if you remember. So, like, just give me an opportunity somewhere else. This is not going to work here. They have no faith in him anymore. They've completely fallen out on Luis Campusano. Why he's here, I don't know. Just either DFA him or try to find someone that will take him for some cash or a low-level prospect, something.
Yeah, he's not long for this organization. I mean, we all feel it, and that's a truthful statement. He will not be here August 1st. Carl, thank you for the super chat. He says, if not Jarren Duran, who else would AJ target for left field? We talked about this today on John and Jim. We had Jesse Rogers from ESPN on. He mentioned a couple of names. Jim Bowden today in The Athletic. I ran an article. He listed 6 outfield possibilities for the Padres. He did mention Taylor Ward, which has come up a lot on this channel. Jim's been talking about Ward since the Angels were here over a month ago. Jarren Duran was on that list. I have it here. Jesus Sanchez of the Marlins was on that list. Kyle Stowers on the Marlins was on that list. Lourdes Gurriel, who's with the Diamondbacks, they've seen a lot over the years, is on that list. Adolis Garcia with the Rangers as well. I don't think there'll be an in-division trade with, like, the Diamondbacks. That's just my 2 cents on it. But the Marlins are always a possibility. Garcia's had huge power numbers in his career. We talked about that today on John and Jim. It hasn't necessarily been the case so far this year, but I think it's a right-handed bat that can hit for power because they have too many lefties in the lineup. They're not hitting for power. So it's a right-handed bat with power that at least gives them a chance to make a significant upgrade in left field. And we'll see what AJ can figure out in the next 6 weeks. You're muted.
I like Taylor Ward a lot. I think. Sorry, I was like ready to sneeze and I accidentally muted myself. Sorry.
It's all good.
I need to sleep because once I wake up tomorrow morning, I'll feel.
Oh, you're going to be good as gold, dude. And you got that allergy appointment that Aaron set up for you,
dude. I walk in the door tonight when I get home, and like, she's on her computer.
Here's your appointment.
She looks at me and she goes, "Oh, by the way, you have a doctor's appointment with an allergist specialist. Here's their number. You have to call them tomorrow morning." I'm like, okay.
I'll take credit.
Oh, 100%. It's all because of you. 100%. Without you messaging, dude. All
because Jim, if you missed the backstory, Jim's been sneezing all day. He always does. And I DM'd Erin, his wife, and said, Jim is like sneezing constantly. Please help me. And she then DM'd me back like a paragraph of what happened this morning with them. Yeah. He's sneezing, this, that, and the other thing. And then that kind of led to this, him getting into seeing out. He's never seen an allergist in his life, and he's been dealing with allergies for 30 years.
Correct.
I've decided.
Correct. It's a problem. Sorry.
It might be lose a battle, win a war.
Yeah, you think?
If you're perfect after this, if you're cured.
Sometimes you're not perfect, but it's okay.
Sunriser, what's going on, man? Thank you for the very generous super chat. Guys, if you are here, subscribe. You're on content. And thank you for the supers. Click the $ below the chat box. We can get into some of these outfield targets as well. But he says, just got back from Petco. Never thought would leave the Padres-Dodgers game early. Toddy scoring from first base was magical. Manny's been clutch the last month. And nice to see Merrill Toddy get hits. Should be a fun game 3. Yeah, I'm intrigued by game 3. Make no mistake. Can we, dude, Machado's year is ridiculous.
I know.
Is the OPS over 900 at this point? I haven't looked at the completed box score. It's got to be. It is.
It is. Yeah, he is
3 for 5 RBIs. What the hell is going on? He's hitting 325 with a 904 OPS. He's in the midst of one of the best seasons of his career right now. This has been a joy to watch.
He's been fantastic. He's an all-star this year, starting
Absolutely
at third base. No questions asked. He continues this, and the Padres are in the mix for a division. I know Tani's got the numbers, but I mean, who says he couldn't be at least in the conversation?
Maybe the conversation, yes,
for MVP if he keeps this up. The MVP conversation, to me, it's whatever. I care more about him performing for this team, because when he goes, the team goes, and right now he is just as locked in as you could get. I mean, if I'm looking at his just splits here over, the last 7, 15, 30 days, over his last 7 games, he's hitting 400. Last 15 games, he's hitting 339. Last 30 games, he's hitting 348 with a almost 1,000 OPS his last 30 games. Last 15 games, he got 5 home runs, 16 RBIs. Just as locked in as you could get. And it's not just, him getting on base and hitting for average. He's doing damage. That's just so fun to watch.
What's his RBI total up to?
I believe it's, 38, 30,
39.
39.
Yeah,
39.
Push, you can
39 RBIs.
Yeah, I mean, you're starting to push that, hopefully 90, 95 is possible. Because we're not at the halfway point. He gets to 45 at the halfway point. Yeah, I mean, he could be 90 plus RBIs, and it's been an amazing start. Again, hopefully he gets the 30 home runs, but even without it, man, 900 OPS with even if it was 28 home runs or whatever, it's just been a really damn good year for Manny Machado. Okay, we're gonna get back to the conversation in a moment. We do want to remind you guys about our friends over at SeatGeek. They've got a great offer for you going on right now. How about $20 off your first purchase of $50 or more? All you need to do is use promo code PODSWRAP. That's PADSWRAP. Click the link in the description down below. Again, for our viewers, $20 off your first purchase of $50 or more with promo code PODSWRAP. Make sure to click the link in the description. Download the app. Have the code automatically added to your account. You can use it later. We do want to thank our friends over at SeatGeek. You can get in tomorrow. This is the Wednesday day game against the LA Dodgers. And you can get in tomorrow, and you can do so at a reasonable price. Let me search here by price. And you can get in, not Gallagher Square, but into a seat for $70 with fees. So that's $140 for 2, but that take $20 off. So you're inside for $120 tomorrow with fees, and it's Padres Dodgers on a Wednesday afternoon downtown in San Diego. So use that promo code PADSWRAP and click that link in the description down below.
And with SeatGeek, just a reminder, it's MLB's official ticket marketplace. So your tickets, they're fully guaranteed and instantly fulfilled in your account after purchase. Just use our promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP. And when you're searching for tickets, just remember, SeatGeek always has your back. They have every ticket rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so you're getting a good deal. Look for green dots. Green means good. Red means bad. Use our promo code PODSWRAP. Have fun of the game on John and Jim.
All right, back to the conversation again. John and Jim with you on the wrap-up show. All Padres tonight over the Dodgers, 11-1. We'll see if they can win the series or not on Wednesday afternoon. We'll be talking about it on John and Jim, by the way, tomorrow with the Wednesday day games. We do our wrap-up show during our radio show. So join us once the game goes final. Switch over to John and Jim, whether it's on iHeartRadio or on the radio 760 or on YouTube. Find us tomorrow. We'll hear from Mike Schild and react. It'll be around 4 p.m. because the game starts at 1:10, but we'll be with you until 6 p.m. So we'll have multiple hours of reaction to Padres-Dodgers Game 3. tomorrow on John and Jim. Let's get back to these supers. Over 550 of you are here. So we need 500 likes in this video. And we need to get to 8,600 subscribers. And we're within about 40. So please subscribe if you have not subscribed to this channel. And thank you for the super chats. We appreciate your support of our work and this channel. Just click that $sign below the chat box, like our buddy Vector53. I thought this during the game. I think a lot of people did. Wish this was the score. Remember the last bullpen game against Cease? Didn't go this way. And he says, wish this was the score for the NLDS game 4. If it was only that easy. If it was only that easy in life.
I know. But
is what it is.
It is what it is. It's you just got to move on.
How about this from Wes? Thank you, Wes. Maybe your first super on the channel. So thank you for your support and watching. He says, flew from Virginia for my first home game in 10 years. LFG SD, presumably. That's really cool. Good game, I think, if you're a Padre fan, to be at. A route, the way it was played. So that's pretty cool, coming to Petco for the first time in 10 years to see a game like this. This is the biggest win by the Padres over the Dodgers. I think AJ Cassavell wrote in 20 years. They hadn't won by 10 plus runs in 20 seasons against the Dodgers.
Wow. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that kind of surprised me. Honestly, I thought maybe there'd be a game or two in there, but yeah, I saw that earlier. I didn't hear what Mike Schultz said post-game. I think we were already doing the show, but I do see a quote here from Marty that says, Toddy set the tone. Arise got his magic wand going. Manny's being Manny, and Jackson looks like who he is. So, okay, that's good. I'd love to hear. I'm sure Schilt went over the top tonight. He had to go over the top with Cease and this offense. And I'd probably go back and watch it because I'm sure he was in rare form.
Oh, he 100% was in rare form tonight, but he also is a guy that is, going to make sure that he has a level head and not get too high or too low here. And as you know, Will Smith said last night, for the Padres, it's just another game in June.
Right. Almost right. He's like, hey, did you feel like the impact or did this feel like a playoff game? I was like, nah. I mean, yeah, kind of is what it is. is what I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm curious about tomorrow. I like it's not all for naught if you lose tomorrow, but like, man, a lot rides on tomorrow for me because it is like a last laugh situation for the moment. Like if the Dodgers win this series, then it kind of justifies what played out today. If the Padres win this series, like, okay, like they took some momentum from the Tuesday game, they carried it over into the Wednesday game. I know nothing about this Dodgers starter tomorrow, other than the fact that in 15 innings, he has a 7.2 ERA. So it seems winnable enough. You're at home. I know Vasquez has been up and down, but by and large, he's been good. So this to me seems like an opportunity, Jim. You're at home. You're taking on a starter that in 3 starts has thrown 15 innings. So they've given him, 4 or 5 innings an outing. He's got a 7.2. Win this game, you should feel damn good about your week against the Dodgers here at Petco Park.
Look, the Dodgers were absolutely trying to win this game tonight. They just got their shit kicked in.
Yep.
That was it. And they got their shit kicked in so bad that they decided to
cry to win home.
Yeah, to use a position player in the 6th inning. So that's how bad the Padres beat down the Dodgers tonight. It was that bad.
Yep.
So tomorrow, I'm even if the Dodgers win, I'm not going to sit here for a second and say that it's a 4D chess move by Dave Roberts. Not at all, because he's going to put out the same lineup tomorrow. Just he's going to put Will Smith in there. That's it. He's not going to sit Ohtani. He's not going to sit Freeman, Betts, Muncy, Hernandez. Like he's going to have that regular team out there, and they're going to try to win the baseball game just like they tried to win tonight. And then they got their shit kicked in. And hopefully tomorrow they get curb stomped as well.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like Jesse Rogers, ESPN earlier today was like, I expect this division to be a race until late in the year, but he thought like the Dodgers, I think as they get healthier, he thought they would take command of the division at some point, although he thought it might be late in the season, not just later, but late in the season. I don't know, Jim. Like, how do you feel about that? I'm not convinced. And it's just my 2 cents on it. I don't know. The Dodgers could win the division by 10 games or not. Nobody can predict the future. It's just, you watch how it plays out in real time. And as these injuries have piled up for LA, it's not like all their pitching injuries are fixed in the next week, kind of like San Diego. As in, like, they're not getting help tomorrow. Ohtani's not pitching tomorrow. Blake Snell's not pitching tomorrow, and so on and so forth. I just wonder if those pitching injuries allow a San Diego / San Francisco or one of those two teams to emerge. Like I'm not convinced that this won't be competitive all the way through 162. I know we've probably said that before. There have been some races that have been relatively close. Like last year, they only won 98 games. They're on pace to win 95 games right now, LA. So, I mean, are you convinced that LA is going to at some point take command of this division?
No,
I'm really not.
No, their pitching is in shambles right now. They're not even close to seeing Blake Snell or Tyler Glasnow.
That's right.
Even touch this rotation. All they have is Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Kershaw's completely washed.
Yeah.
Ohtani, even if he does come back, there's no way they're going to stress him. Like,
no way.
Like 4 innings max, like 60 pitches each outing.
Once every 7 days.
Exactly. Yeah. Roki Sasaki is he even like in the big leagues or is he hurt?
No, he's hurt. He's on the IL.
Okay, yeah. So they are, with the way that their pitching is, this will be a race. This will absolutely be a race. I think that no team is going to run away here. I think that it potentially could be a 3-team race, and we actually talked about it today on John and Jim. If that's the case, it bodes very well for the Padres, because look at their September schedule. They play the Rockies 7 times. They play the White Sox 3 times. They play the Orioles 3 times. Like
Cincinnati for 3.
They play Cincinnati for 3. They finish up with Milwaukee and Arizona. Arizona could be out of it by then and just being like, whatever. And that's 3 games at home. And you're not going to be facing Corbin Burns in those games because he's gone for the year, you know? And so if you keep it close, or hell, if you go into September with a lead in the division, man, does it set up beautifully for the Padres just from looking at their schedule alone.
Yeah, completely. I couldn't agree more. I agree. I think this will be a race. I don't know if it's San Diego and LA. I don't know if it's San Francisco and San Diego. I think it's going to be a race until towards the end of September. Guys, please support our partners here on the Wrap-Up Show, including Mova Globes. This is an amazing gift idea for the baseball fan in your life. They have all 30 teams officially licensed, of course, including the Padres. Every team. All right. Every team in baseball, you can pick up a Mova Globe. Use the promo code and get 10% off. The promo code is PWS10. PWS10, Padres Wrap-Up Show 10 is what it stands for. Click that link in the description down below. These spin automatically with artificial or natural light all day long. It's the perfect gift for the baseball fan in your life that's got everything else. Whether you're a Padre fan or a Brewers fan, right? They have these for all 30 clubs. They're officially licensed. They have other globes as well, so check them out. San Diego company. Technology was invented in Cardiff by the Sea. No cords, no wires, no nothing, no batteries. All right. So terrific products. You're going to love them. Your family's going to love them. Baseball fans will love them. Use that promo code PWS10.
Yeah. And if you're a Dodger troll watching us, we get it. You love watching our channel. You can pick up a Dodger Mova Globe, and you can even use our promo code. We'll give it to you. PWS10. Pick up a Mova Globe today for a bookshelf for yourself, just because you love the Padres or the Dodgers, and use our promo code to do it.
Love that. Love that. Support the channel and pick up a Mova Globe. So we've talked about the 17-game stretch, Jim. They are now 9 games in, and they are 5-4.
Right where you want to be.
Yep.
Right
1-1 at home. 1 game remaining in the series. 3 in Arizona. 4 at Dodger Stadium. Doesn't determine the entire year, but it's a nice little indicator of where you are in real time. And we said 9-8 was certainly acceptable and might even be impressive considering the opponents, and 14 of those games being on the road. So 9-8 feels realistic. They have work to do, but they're 5-4, and they could navigate their way to 9-8, maybe better. We'll see how this plays out, but I feel good about the way they've played here over the last 9 games against San Francisco, Milwaukee, and now LA.
Yep. They are right where you want to be. And if they do end up having a 9-8 stretch in these 17 tough games, I said we would take it in a second. You just take it and move on. But what you couldn't have is like you go 5-12 or some crazy thing, but that's not going to happen. So just continue to get better. Offensively, it seems like they're starting to click here, which is a good thing. And hopefully they can finish the job tomorrow and hopefully it continues into Arizona and then LA next week. But yeah, they are they're finding ways to weather the storm without some really key pieces on this team, Michael King, Yu Darvish. So they're finding ways to weather the storm, and it's all led by Manny Machado, which is great to see.
Yeah, and I mean it might be deja vu all over again. We might be heading to an October, and we're getting ahead, but it is June, and the teams are good, and we might be looking right back at Padres in the postseason, the Dodgers in the postseason, and those two teams meeting for what would be a fourth time if that did play out, a fourth time in 6 years. To put in perspective, the Dodgers and Giants have met once all time in the postseason when they both won 100 games a few years ago. Jesse Rogers saying today that Padres Dodgers has surpassed Giants Dodgers, and that's his 2 cents on it. And I think if you watch these, I think that's a decent assessment. You could just tell it means so much to both of these fan bases, and we'll see if the Padres can again find a way to win this series here tomorrow.
So I just want to
before going to Arizona.
So let's see here. This is just a classic Dodger fan who, like I said, does not know how to spell or speak English. Every time Padres will against Dodgers, it's their World Series. Okay.
But you're here. You know what I mean? Like it must mean something to you if you're here. If this was if this was Dodgers Brewers and the Brewers beat the Dodgers 11-1, are you finding the Brewers channel?
No.
You're not.
No.
If the Dodgers lost tonight to the Mariners, are you watching Seattle's channel? It probably doesn't exist, but you're not. You're just not. You're not doing it. And yeah, honestly, I'm cool with it. Please tell your friends.
Sure.
Make your way in.
Join
the
the
more
channel.
the merrier.
Join
we
the
had
channel.
50,000 views on our Game 5 wrap-up show following the NLDS. I mean, we had some Dodger fans in the chat. Yeah. But it's like, I don't understand. Nobody's saying, if you are being truthful, Peter, and you've watched the show, at what point tonight in the 53 minutes have we at any point overreacted to the Padres win tonight? What did we say to elicit any type of overreaction that, oh man, the Padres are here to, they're better than the Dodgers. In fact, we've said multiple times here the Padres aren't better than the Dodgers. Actually, tonight on the show, I mean, it'll have to be proven on field over a lengthy period of time, including in October. I mean, it's all we say. So you're just making it up,
I mean, I did tweet out after the Padres went up 1-0 that the Padres were going to win the World Series this year.
Well, yeah, of course, because that's a fair reaction to that RBI double down the right field line that scored Tatis. Everyone felt that way.
When that happens, it's you kind of get that feeling like, so how early am I going to have to wake up to get to Market Street for the parade that day? Type of feel, right? You're like, do I need to be down there at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., like to get a good spot? Like, how am I going to navigate
look at the chat tonight, too. And Peter, by the way, honestly, it's not even personal. I know you called him out, but he's like, I enjoy the insight. So I'll take it, and we appreciate it. But, I mean, I'm even looking at the chat for a good portion of tonight's show. No Padre fan, or by and large, nobody's overreacting. Nobody's like, we caught them. We're better than. It's over. Changing of the guard. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that. Now, people are recognizing the Dodgers are banged up, so take advantage of it. Go win this series. They're pitching guys nobody's ever heard of. Matt Sawyer and whoever the hell's throwing tomorrow, go win this series because the Padres are capable of beating up on bad pitching, and they should take advantage of what's in front of them right now. It doesn't mean they're going to be better in October. It doesn't mean that they're going to be better if it's Snell, Glasnow, Yamamoto, Sasaki, whatever the hell it's going to look like in 4 months.
Yeah,
that's what I would say. Luke, thank you for the super chat. He says, welcome Dodger fans. We'll teach you what a bookshelf is and even how to decorate it. Okay. Because like bookshelves have books.
Like he's basically saying Dodgers fans should read a book.
I don't know. Thank you, Luke. Appreciate you. I mean, again, it's what makes it a good series because the fan bases hate each other. It's because everything we've said for weeks and months and years on end. It's a good thing. I feel like it's a good thing that people care on both sides.
And this is 100% right, Quan. I mean, it only matters in the postseason. Padres could sweep out the Dodgers the rest of the year, and if they lose to them in the postseason again, it won't matter at all.
And yes, like to FA's point, we're supposed to overreact. Did you watch the show last night? If you saw the show last night, we'd tell you the Padres season is over and they're going to pick second in next year's draft, and they should draft like a catcher.
And they should trade Manny Machado.
Yeah. So, and then tonight, and we're not saying tonight they're going to win the World Series, Jim, facetiously. Now, but what we did say, and I stand by, is I think the way the Dodgers treated this thing tonight was embarrassing. Quasi-pathetic for a night. I'm not saying it means what's going to happen moving forward. I just thought it was Bush League. I mean, they treated this thing like it was a bananas party animals game. Once they went down, they're like, oh, we didn't want to win this game.
Exactly.
Okay, we do want to remind our viewers about our friends over at Underdog Fantasy, because you can take advantage of an incredible offer right now at Underdog. In order to do that, though, I need to pull up Underdog. So let me do that right now. Underdog Fantasy is the best and easiest place to play fantasy sports. And if you use our promo code PADSWRAP, that's PADSWRAP, you're going to get a 50% deposit match up to $1,000. It's their best offer yet. A 50% deposit match up to $1,000. Click the link in the description down below. They'll give you a free gimme pick and a pick'em. What's that look like? It looks like Tyrese Halliburton tomorrow, higher or lower than a half total point, or Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, higher or lower than a half total point, or Manny Machado, higher or lower than a half total plate appearance tomorrow. So they'll give you a winner, and it couldn't be easier to win. I mean, it just couldn't. Simple, higher or lower. You find the game. You can play across sports. You can pick Padres and Dodgers, for example, and, just play. Toddy homers. I always pick him. He never homers. Bogart's homer. That would be funny, wouldn't it? I have to pick multiple teams. Let's say Hai-Sung Kim homers just to get the payoff. If those three things happen, $10 pays $1,500. Now, rest assured, those three things won't happen. But if those three things do happen, you're going to get $1,500. You can flex it. You don't even have to get all three right, and you could still win crazy money. So that's how simple and easy it is. Use the promo code PADSWRAP, PADSWRAP. Get the 50% deposit match and get the free gimme pick by clicking the link in the description down below.
Yeah, and make sure that QR code right above my head, you scan that when you download Underdog Fantasy. Use our promo code PADSWRAP, PADSWRAP. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. All right, guys, join us tomorrow on John and Jim. The second that game goes final, make sure to find us on YouTube, on iHeartRadio, or on San Diego Sports 760, because we'll have full reaction for you. So find that channel. It's not this channel. Find that channel. Search for John and Jim 760. We'll have full reaction. We'll hear from Mike Schilt. We'll react to you tomorrow afternoon, somewhere around 3:30 or 4 p.m. So be with us. John and Jim starts at 2. We recognize you're probably going to be paying attention to the Padres once the game ends. Come find us, and we will react with you in real time tomorrow afternoon, all the way up until 6 p.m. So I'll have a couple hours to hang out and react to whatever goes on in Game 3. Can the Padres win this series? We will find out in less than 24 hours. Please support our partners, by the way. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do that. I mean, 500 of you are here right now live, many more on replay. If you haven't subscribed, please do it. We have year-round content for you. Smash the like button for us. I see the podcast the super that just rolled in. We'll get to in a second. I saw the word podcast. Smash the like button. Follow us at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Support our partners, by the way, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance, our title sponsor, Hamul Casino, Mova Globe, SeatGeek, and Underdog Fantasy as well. We talked about this today on the radio. HBBBV, thank you for the super. He says, when he did the podcast, Betts wished he lived in Rancho Santa Fe instead of that pollution dump. Dodger fans are the biggest
losers.
ESL losers.
I don't know what that means.
We talked about it today, this podcast that Betts is doing last year with Tatis, this year with Merrill. That'll be for another day. And by the way, if Betts really wants to live in Rancho Santa Fe, he can. He's got the money to live wherever.
He can do whatever he wants. He can live wherever he wants.
He can live everywhere if he really wants. But thank you.
Yeah.
HBBV. All right, guys, join us tomorrow. Subscribe, smash the like button. All Padres tonight. We'll see if they can cap off a series win on Wednesday afternoon against the Dodgers. Thank you guys for hanging out. For Jim, I'm John. This has been the wrap-up show. Thanks, guys.
Peace.